I'm the Gentleman Wake, and this is a 5-minute deck spotlight of the Hollywood Roosevelt deck from Theory 11. Remember, for the best in content for the curious collector, like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Before we get into the review at hand, I want to announce to everyone that the new TGW branded deck project, The Tale of the Tempest, presented by yours truly and designed by Lautrec, goes live on Kickstarter at noon October 30th. Our previous campaign, The Parlor, obviously did very well, especially in the first few hours, and we were thrilled about that. And we can only hope that this project can achieve a similar success. So please, if you are a fan of this channel and of elegantly designed playing cards, join us for the launch of The Tale of the Tempest on October 30th at noon. Okay, back to the review. I've shared my opinion often regarding the successes and shortcomings of Theory 11 as a brand of playing cards, and despite those mixed feelings, I often find that the brand continues to worm its way into my postbox. Maybe it's just morbid curiosity that keeps me coming back to order new releases, or maybe it's just nostalgia as I try to recapture the great satisfaction of opening a Citizens deck or an Artisans deck for the first time. Theory 11's recent penchant for releasing more custom decks, some of which are spectacular, certainly does help. At least they aren't recycling the standard bicycle faces as much anymore. So, when I saw that the Hollywood Roosevelt deck went on sale, the latest in Theory 11's catalog of decks inspired by real locations, I felt compelled to give it a shot. But what I discovered is a design that I believe to be the laziest of any deck of playing cards to ever come out of Theory 11. The Hollywood Roosevelt deck, named after the historic hotel of the same name, comes packaged in what has become standard for Theory 11 releases, a premium matte cardstock foil embossed tuck case, black and gold in this iteration. The front features the hotel logo and some Art Deco inspired framing and a radiating burst pattern. The sides read Made in the USA and Hollywood, California. The top reiterates the deck name, and the bottom includes the traditional Theory 11 ad copy. The back is an adjusted representation of the back design on the cards with a few minor differences. Primarily, it features an overlapping if simplistic diamond pattern in gold and black foil, inset with a gold dotted line frame and a mirrored HR monogram in the center. There's a series of concentric circles embossed in black foil surrounding the monograms. There's a red foil seal holding the tuck flap in place, which features a simplistic sun illustration and some framing lines. The inside of the box has a repeating gold foil pattern. As far as Theory 11 tuck boxes go, this one really isn't even trying. Heck, if you could count on Theory 11 to do one thing, it was to release a deck with a gorgeous, elaborately designed and intricate tuck case, regardless of the quality of the design within the box. There's actually just nothing special about this tuck case. It feels like a minimal effort. Maybe this is by design. Perhaps the hotel commissioned Theory 11 to create a deck that had simple forms and a minimalist approach. But regardless of the reasoning behind the choices, the tuck box is just underwhelming. And the worst part is, it only gets worse after you open the deck. The back design simplifies the pattern on the tuck box even further by losing the black foil pattern that ghosted the gold pattern on the box. Instead, we get a somewhat boring back design that feels right at home at a hotel gift shop. The cards themselves are custom with custom pips and indices and pip placement. The aces have all been given slightly special treatment, although by the deck standards all that means is that the sun image, consisting of a couple of radiating lines and concentric circles of metallic gold ink, has been printed over enlarged pips. The ace of spades gets the addition of a metallic gold palm tree that honestly feels like free clip art, and the deck name is written underneath. Speaking of clip art, the court cards feature a collection of Art Deco inspired illustrations that are about as bland and uninteresting and samey as you can get without literally copy pasting the same design across all the cards. A collection of suited men and elegant women that I think are meant to represent the hotel staff and its guests. The jacks are certainly the waiters and bartenders at the very least. The deck also includes 2 identical jokers that double down on the clip art aesthetic. There are 2 included ad cards as well, one advertising the deck as a perfect gift and an amazing piece of art, which is a stretch to say the least. And the second is just a reproduction of the front of the tuck box. Look, if I've come down hard on this deck, it's not because I believe the person or persons who designed it deserve a tongue lashing. In fact, if this was a first attempt at a deck by a fledgling designer, I would totally and completely understand, even if I'd question how much the designer's heart was truly in it. If anything, the poor artist behind this deck probably needed more encouragement and art direction. But because this deck bears the Theory 11 branding and stands to be sold on the Theory 11 website along some of the best mass-produced decks of playing cards ever made, like the Citizens, Artisans, or the Monarchs, I feel like the harsh critique has to be levied. Because aside from the deck's handling, a product of the usually stellar United States Playing Card Company, this is the single worst Theory 11 deck I've ever owned, and my honest recommendation is to stay far away from it. Which makes the reviews on the Theory 11 site for this deck all that much more confounding. Looking at them over there, there isn't a single review of less than 5 stars, and they all read like marketing copy. Have you ever read the reviews on Amazon? You can't get past 3 sentences without running into a typo. So something's definitely up. Anyway, to check out a review of a Theory 11 deck that I feel gets it absolutely right, check out my review of the Darren Brown playing cards that will appear right here. I've been the Gentleman Wake. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time, and I'll see you on October 30th at noon for the Tale of the Tempest launch.